Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have a very cool unboxing video because I was recently on Facebook just kind of wandering around during some downtime, and I happened to catch a glimpse of someone that had a post up about getting rid of a whole bunch of dinosaur figures, and they had some really cool stuff that was listed in the big pile of stuff that they were getting rid of. So, of course, me being me, jumped on it and threw my claim in on quite a few figures that were included, so I figured why not unbox it right now with you guys and take a look at the figures that I found on Facebook. Again, a huge thank you to the person that was trying to get rid of them. But the very first figure that I'm actually going to bring in is the biggest one of the bunch here, and it is this, which you can't really see right now, but this is the Thunderbeast Dilophosaurus figure, and it's actually a figure I've been looking for quite some time because I'm becoming more and more a fan of the Thunderbeast line. It's kind of an older, I believe from the 90s line of dinosaur figures that I actually have become quite fond of over the past few months. And I've managed to get a few of them in my collection, but there's still a lot more that I have yet to go. However, one of the ones that I wanted the most, I think, was this Dilophosaurus. And looking at it here in person, aside from the incredibly small feet, it is an extremely cool, old school style Dilophosaurus. It's not really all that old school, but it's definitely aged for sure. But regardless, the figure is really, really nice looking, and I'm quite psyched to have one here now to add to my collection. Anytime I get to add any new Thunderbeast to my collection, I am overly excited with joy, and that is exactly what I have going on here currently with this guy, because this looks really, really cool. And of course, I'm actually opening the box here as I speak to you guys, so it's my first time viewing this figure in person, and I'm definitely quite impressed with it overall, but really excited to have this one now in my collection. And then actually, this one I think they just threw in because I don't even remember asking them for it, so that was really cool on the part of them to be kind enough to just add one in. We have one of the dinosaurs that actually grow, which you can see is a Stegosaurus. Pretty cool looking Stegosaurus as well. If the plates didn't actually run up onto his head, he'd probably be even more appealing, but definitely a really cool looking Stegosaurus, and another cool addition to my collection. I'll definitely keep this guy in the packaging. I'm not going to actually grow this Stegosaurus. Really happy to have that now as well. And then there is also this, which happens to be some Valentines, and I've never seen these guys before, but when I had seen the image of them in the listing, I thought that they looked so beautifully old school and vintage. Again, they're like the perfect visual of a vintage dinosaur for each of the species. So I knew I definitely wanted to get a hold of this as soon as I actually took notice of it. And it's definitely really cool here to look at in person. You can see exactly what I'm talking about with how cool and vintage looking they are. They actually look really awesome. So I'm really happy to have these as well. And then there's this guy who happens to be missing some arms, unfortunately. However, I actually got this one specifically because I want to repaint it. And then I'll have a really cool custom Kenner Young Rex, and it's a really nice sculpt. Love this sculpt. I actually have fond memories of playing with this exact figure many, many times when I was a child. Well, not this exact figure, because this one I just got, but you know what I mean. This figure itself, the Young Rex, but a really awesome figure. Even without the arms, I have some pretty big plans for this awesome figure. And then, as far as figures I'm going to repaint goes, we have a Battat Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, this is actually another figure that I've really wanted to get a hold of a second of for quite a while because I've wanted to repaint it. I am a huge, huge fan of the sculpt of this figure. I always have, ever since the moment I laid eyes on the Battat Tyrannosaurus Rex. I've been a huge fan of this sculpt, and I've really wanted to repaint one for a very, very long time. And then once I saw that one kind of in the listing, I knew I definitely wanted to get a hold of it so I can give it a repaint. Again, another figure that I'm really psyched to have another of here in my collection to repaint this time. And they actually added in a card that says, "Thank you, enjoy your dinos." And this is because they had told me they were going to send over a drawing and asked me what dinosaur was my favorite. So I told them, of course, Carnotaurus. And there is the drawing that they included. Wow, that's really cool. I love the very kind of exaggerated look of this. Really cool paint scheme as well. That's actually incredibly, incredibly nice. I'm starting to get quite the collection of dinosaur art that people have sent me, and I have, like, Marco Makes has sent me some art. I also have art from Matthew the Dinosaur King, and now I have this as well, along with a few others that people have sent me, and this is yet another awesome addition as far as dinosaur art goes. That is really cool, really well done, and I love this, absolutely love this. A huge thank you again goes out to them for sending this over and including that. That's absolutely awesome. And the final 3 figures, well, they're not really just figures, it's kind of sets, that were included are these Brawlosaurs, because I don't have any of these in my collection at all. So once I had initially seen these online on that listing, I was really interested and knew I definitely wanted to get a hold of these. You can see this is the Ankylosaurus versus Indominus Rex. And then we also have the Velociraptor versus Allosaurus right here, which is another really cool set. They look very interesting. And then the final, which is the Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Triceratops. So something I never had before. I never had any of these kind of Brawlosaur Jurassic World figures, so I saw them in packaging, no less. I was really excited to go ahead and request these ones as well and get a hold of them to add to my collection. They look very interesting. However, they will most certainly stay in the packaging. But again, an absolutely awesome lot of really cool dinosaur figures and some custom dinosaur art. You can't really ask for much better than that. So again, a huge thank you goes out to the person that I purchased these from. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.